Plain. A plain thing is simple and not decorated.
He bought a pair of plain white shoes over the weekend.
Fragile. When people or things are fragile, they are not strong and can be damaged easily.
Fragile glassware was carefully packed into boxes.
Shout. To shout is to say something loudly.
My boss shouted at me because I was late for work.
Apology. An apology is what people say to show that they are sorry.
After arguing with her teacher, the girl wrote the teacher an apology.
Abandon. To abandon something is to leave it forever or for a long time.
The old room had been abandoned years before.
Trial. A trial is the way a court discovers if a person is guilty or innocent.
He went on trial for robbing the bank.
Ridiculous. A ridiculous thing is silly or strange.
Steve looked ridiculous with those huge blue sunglasses.
Newcomer. A newcomer is a person who has recently arrived at a place or a group.
The students happily welcomed the newcomer to the school.
Exceed. To exceed is to be more than something.
Since I exceeded my limit, I decided to get rid of my credit cards.
Ambitious. An ambitious person wants to be rich or successful.
Kendra had to be ambitious to get into medical school.
Awake. A person who is awake is not asleep.
Sometimes I lay awake in bed because I am not tired.
Automatically. If an action happens automatically, it happens without thinking or planning.
The man automatically smiled when he thought about his friend.
Endure. To endure means to experience and survive something difficult.
She had to endure her husband shouting all day long.
Pole. A pole is a long, thin stick made of wood or metal that supports things.
The flag was hanging from the flagpole.
Bark. To bark is to make a short, loud noise, like a dog.
The dog barked loudly and frighteningly.
Vegetable. A vegetable is a plant used as food.
Carrots are my favorite vegetable.
Fake. A fake thing is made to look real in order to trick people.
The model was wearing fake hair.
Stir. To stir something means to mix it using something small, like a spoon.
Mom stirred the batter until it was smooth.
Senator. A senator is someone who makes laws for a state.
The young senator promised to make laws that would help the people.
Bay. A bay is an area near the ocean where the land goes inward.
The Golden Gate Bridge crosses San Francisco Bay.
Deceive. To deceive is to make someone believe something that is not true.
He tried to deceive his friends with a card trick.
Venture. To venture is to go to a place that may be dangerous.
Even though it was dangerous, they ventured up the mountain.
Soul. A soul is a person's spirit.
Some people believe that the soul lives after the body dies.
Violent. A violent person or animal uses force to hurt others.
The man was put into jail because he was violent.
Because. Because introduces a reason for something.
We need to study because we have a test tomorrow.
Brilliant. A brilliant person is very bright or smart.
My younger sister is brilliant for someone her age.
Somewhat. Somewhat means to some degree, but not to a large degree.
James was somewhat upset when he had to move heavy boxes.
Preserve. To preserve is to protect something from harm.
Dad sprayed a chemical on the house to help preserve the walls.
Scale. The scale of something is its size, especially when it is very large.
I was surprised by the scale of the buildings in the downtown area.
Worm. A worm is a small animal with a long, thin body.
Worms are often used to help catch fish.
Chin. A chin is the hard part at the bottom of a person's face.
Luke pointed to the hair on his chin.
Permanent. Something permanent lasts for a long time, or forever.
We don't know if Aunt Mildred's visit will be a permanent one.
Bath. A bath is the act of sitting in a tub of water in order to get clean.
After playing in the dirt, the boy took a bath.
Accuse. To accuse someone of something is to blame them for doing it.
She accused her brother of breaking her computer.
Comet. A comet is an object in space made of ice and rock with a tail of glowing dust.
Comets take many decades to complete an orbit around a star.
Complaint. A complaint is an expression of unhappiness about something.
Mom said she didn't want to hear my brother's complaints.
Tremendous. A tremendous thing is very large or very good.
The Earth's oceans are filled with a tremendous amount of water.
List. A list is a record of information printed with an item on each line.
My mom makes a list of groceries to buy.
Tap. To tap something is to hit it lightly.
He tapped the keys of the keyboard to write a short word.
Bulletin. A bulletin is a news report about very recent and important events.
There was a live bulletin reporting on the economy of the city.
Deaf. A deaf person or animal cannot hear.
Susan uses sign language because she is deaf.
Mission. A mission is an important job that is sometimes far away.
The woman's mission was to help sick people.
Share. To share something is to give some of it to another person.
Jimmy shared his apple with me.
Drawer. A drawer is a small part in furniture that is used to store things.
I put my clothes into the empty drawers.
Occupy. To occupy a place is to live, work, or be there.
Kevin and Alice occupied the chairs and had a long discussion.
Satisfactory. A satisfactory thing is good enough.
Mina often received satisfactory grades since she studied so hard.
Enthusiastic. An enthusiastic person is excited by or interested in something.
The man was enthusiastic about his job.
Abandon. To abandon something is to leave it forever or for a long time.
The old room had been abandoned years before.
Ambitious. An ambitious person wants to be rich or successful.
Kendra had to be ambitious to get into medical school.
Broadcast. A broadcast is a television or radio show.
We watched the broadcast of the local news on TV.
Gloom. Gloom is a state of almost complete darkness or sadness.
In the gloom of the morning, it was difficult to see the boat on the lake.
Skull. A skull is the hard head bone that protects the brain.
The brain is protected by the skull.
Hurricane. A hurricane is a bad storm that happens over the ocean.
The wind from the hurricane bent the palm tree.
Expedition. An expedition is a long trip, usually to a place very far away.
They got into their spaceship to begin their expedition.
Often. Often is when something happens many times.
He often goes to bed early during the week.
Iron. Iron is a strong metal that is used to make many objects.
The horse had shoes made of iron.
Bark. To bark is to make a short, loud noise, like a dog.
The dog barked loudly and frighteningly.
Sport. Sport involves games like running, jumping, football, and tennis.
She loves watching sport on TV.
Bay. A bay is an area near the ocean where the land goes inward.
The Golden Gate Bridge crosses San Francisco Bay.
Offense. An offense is behavior that is wrong or breaks a law.
Stealing a car is a very serious offense.
Horizon. The horizon is where the sky looks like it meets the ground.
The sun dipped below the horizon.
Chew. To chew is to break up food by using the mouth and teeth.
I always chew my food carefully before swallowing it.
Alert. To alert someone is to tell or warn that person about something.
The fire alarm alerted us that there was a problem.
Execute. To execute means to kill someone as a legal punishment.
Some people are executed for serious crimes.
Consist. To consist of certain is to be made of parts or things.
Today's choices for lunch consisted of pizza, hamburgers, and hot dogs.
Brilliant. A brilliant person is very bright or smart.
My younger sister is brilliant for someone her age.
Loyal. Loyal people always help or support a certain person or thing.
The three friends are very loyal to each other.
Fascinate. To fascinate someone is to make that person very interested.
The kitten was fascinated by the ball of yarn.
Extraordinary. Extraordinary things are amazing.
The fireman who rescued the girl was extraordinary.
Neglect. To neglect someone or something is to not take care of it properly.
William neglected his room, so it is a complete mess.
Closet. A closet is a small room used to store things.
Marie has many clothes inside of her closet.
Island. An island is land in the middle of water.
Japan is a group of islands.
Mayor. The mayor is the person in charge of a city.
The mayor of my hometown is quite a powerful speaker.
Chop. To chop something means to cut it into pieces with a tool.
Mom chopped some vegetables to put into the stew.
Chin. A chin is the hard part at the bottom of a person's face.
Luke pointed to the hair on his chin.
Pretend. To pretend means to make believe something is real.
The boy liked to pretend he was a king.
Satisfaction. Satisfaction is the feeling of having done or received something good.
Brad was filled with satisfaction when he saw what was for dinner.
Complaint. A complaint is an expression of unhappiness about something.
Mom said she didn't want to hear my brother's complaints.
Rear. The rear of something is the back part of that thing.
The man loaded the rear of his truck with boxes.
Mutual. A mutual thing is felt in the same way by two or more people.
Robert likes Sarah and she likes him. The feeling is mutual.
Card. A card is a small piece of plastic or paper used to buy or use things.
Adam used his library card to borrow a book.
Deaf. A deaf person or animal cannot hear.
Susan uses sign language because she is deaf.
Encounter. To encounter is to find or meet a person or thing.
I encountered a sea turtle while I was swimming.
Inferior. An inferior thing is not as good as something else.
Cars built 100 years ago are inferior to ones built today.
Candle. A candle is a stick of wax that is lit on fire for light or heat.
When the lights went out, we lit some candles.
Overweight. Overweight people or animals are heavier than is healthy.
Lisa eats too much, so now she is overweight.
Loss. A loss is the act or instance of losing something.
I suffered a big loss while I was gambling.
Overlook. To overlook something is to not notice it, or to not realize that it is important.
Brenda overlooked the last step and had a bad fall.
To grant something is to allow someone to have it.
The teacher granted us a break after studying hard all day.
Agreement. An agreement is a formal decision about future action.
I think you'll get Tom's agreement to this proposal.
Refuge. A refuge is a place of safety.
When it started to rain, she found refuge in the house.
Enthusiastic. An enthusiastic person is excited by or interested in something.
The man was enthusiastic about his job.
Explore. To explore is to look for new places.
He wants to explore the world and see new things.
Expedition. An expedition is a long trip, usually to a place very far away.
They got into their spaceship to begin their expedition.
Pup. A pup is a young dog.
All the girl wanted for her birthday was a pup.
Console. To console is to give comfort to a person who feels sad.
When my dog ran away, my dad consoled me.
Resist. To resist something is to fight against it.
He resisted the treatment at the hospital.
Underneath. Underneath means below or under.
The roots of a tree are located underneath the ground.
Horizon. The horizon is where the sky looks like it meets the ground.
The sun dipped below the horizon.
Restore. To restore something is to put it back the way it was.
Victor restored the old car.
Sustain. To sustain something is to keep it going.
Wind power is a clean way to sustain a city with energy.
Swim. To swim is to move through water.
I love to swim in the ocean.
Compensate. To compensate is to pay someone for the time they spent doing something.
Her boss compensated her for the extra work she did last week.
District. A district is a small part of a city, county, state, or country.
I live in a residential district of Seattle, Washington.
Rub. To rub something is to push on it and move your hand back and forth.
Mom's feet were sore, so she rubbed them.
Province. A province is an area that is controlled by a country.
Canada is divided into several different provinces.
throw. To throw something is to use your hand to make it go through the air.
The pitcher can throw the baseball very fast.
Contest. A contest is a game or a race.
The girls had a contest to see who could jump higher.
Award. An award is a prize for doing something well.
He got an award for having the best grades in class.
Senses. The senses are how living things experience the world: sight, taste, smell, hearing, and touch.
It would be hard to live without your five senses.
Repair. To repair something is to fix it.
I repaired the flat tire on my car.
Loyal. Loyal people always help or support a certain person or thing.
The three friends are very loyal to each other.
Grasp. To grasp something means to hold it.
He grasped the bag of money tightly.
Lodge. A lodge is a house in the mountains used by people who hunt or fish.
During our ski trip, we stayed at a lodge.
Physical. If something is physical, it is related to your body and not your mind.
Biking is good for your physical health.
Mayor. The mayor is the person in charge of a city.
The mayor of my hometown is quite a powerful speaker.
Veterinarian. A veterinarian is a doctor who takes care of animals.
Wanda became a veterinarian because she loves dogs.
Own. To own something means to have it. That thing belongs to you.
My grandfather owns that house.
Quantity. A quantity is a certain amount of something.
I have a small quantity of milk in my glass.
Mutual. A mutual thing is felt in the same way by two or more people.
Robert likes Sarah and she likes him. The feeling is mutual.
Bump. A bump is a small raised area on a surface.
The monkey got a bump on his head because he was hit by a rock.
Electric. If something is electric, it uses electricity.
Some car companies make electric cars.
Overweight. Overweight people or animals are heavier than is healthy.
Lisa eats too much, so now she is overweight.
Refuge. A refuge is a place of safety.
When it started to rain, she found refuge in the house.
Restore. To restore something is to put it back the way it was.
Victor restored the old car.
Rub. To rub something is to push on it and move your hand back and forth.
Mom's feet were sore, so she rubbed them.
Senses. The senses are how living things experience the world: sight, taste, smell, hearing, and touch.
It would be hard to live without your 5 senses.
Veterinarian. A veterinarian is a doctor who takes care of animals.
Wanda became a veterinarian because she loves dogs.